Here is that river tree planting. So you can see it just took off. It just took off. I just pulled the wire off. Luckily, you can see in here some big bite marks on this one, but this branch is pretty thick for the end anyway, so but it may die off. But it didn't bite in anywhere in the main trunk. But yeah, I've just kind of let this one grow wild. I had it kind of like way in the back there, and it's just, like I said, it's just taken off, so it's going to need a serious trim. I'll leave it this year, but doing really good. Nigel Saunders had a great idea. He said, you know, he thought maybe put a little bit of land over here, make it like a smaller river versus sort of a bigger river. But that was a great idea. Here's the spruce. It's just doing great. So it shot nice big. This is that one from that early spruce collect. So it's doing really good, and you know, it's putting on buds and stuff. So that's really nice. I'll give you a shot of the trunk in there. It's really thick. So that'll be a nice design at some point. Here's one of the, this is one of the trembling aspens. Put this in the thin pot, and these are these colony trees. And so it's popped up a bunch more, and maybe it will be a forest at some point. But it's nice. I think it's showing that it's growing well. You know, did really well, big leaves, which is nice. So it's actually doing quite well for such a small pot. Here's a juniper I pulled out of someone's garden. They were getting rid of these junipers, and this thing is huge. But look at this. Look at this. You know, nice dead wood and live vein coming up. So I'll have to clean that up, and really unique sort of feature there. So a lot of work, but this year I got it in the early spring. No idea how it was going to do, but it's also shooting off tons of new growth. So it's I think it's really healthy, which is really nice. Here is that tree that I have a video of in one of my collects, and it's got the sort of two trunks coming off. So you can't really see it too well in here, but it's producing nice new buds, a lot of new growth. You know, this year's growth was there, so you can see quite a bit smaller than say previous years. But for the year after the collect, really happy. You know, it's getting some back budding, which is really nice. So this is going to be quite the design. Now these are just amazing features down here. A lot of deadwood, so I thought maybe 2 trees, maybe it'll be 1 tree, maybe I bring the whole thing down. Really don't know. This is the pine from last year's collect, lodgepole. It just loops back in there. It's been in here quite a bit, but it's like just in this back area. It's producing some nice buds for next year, like up here. See, it's got 2. So it's survived, and this was one that I actually seriously had my doubts. But look at the bark on this, just amazing. So yeah, like that tree, you probably can't see, you have to look at one of the other videos, but it down, swoops up and around. And this here, like this was all underground, so this is a big swell here, but and a root that comes down. But I'm just so happy it survived. It's doing really well. This is just a little larch. So you can see it got, this year it grew that much, but it's got a whole whack of buds in there. Struggled a bit, but it's actually looking quite good. This is the juniper I got from the nursery that I tilted up. Yeah, it's got that lower branch or lower trunk sort of coming off, and so yeah, but it's doing really well. Like I said, it's shooting off lots of new growth. Some of it's juvenile. You see right there, it's juvenile, but other parts aren't, so that's good. But I didn't want to style it this year. I gotta let it grow in its new container. White pine. Too special about this one, but it put on a lot of growth this year, so it's doing really good. There's one of my willows. doing well. This is that tree, the just fir that I collected, and it's doing really well also. It's been just sitting back here, sort of on the ground, just getting a chance to grow. It gets good sun here, and it, you know, like it produced, you know, these this year, and it looks like it's got some nice buds forming. No back budding, but that would be really spectacular if it did on the first year. But you know, like a lot of these growth is still alive in the inside, which is good, because I am just going to want to pull this whole tree in and down. But I love the base, and interesting, the roots came out so well and they were so dense that I could actually put it in a, you can't see, in a bonsai container, well, pre-bonsai container, but it's actually doing really well, so I'm really quite happy with that. Oh, here's a little fir. That's just about stepped on it. Yeah, I'll have to get some wire on that. Anyways, it's just in the ground growing. But another container I've been working on. This is a nice brown. I didn't get it as smooth. I didn't put wood under in the sand, and so when I was scraping, the sand moved a lot within the container. So I realized, because sometimes I put wood like as a base in there, and the sand sort of over top, and it less movement when I'm actually making it. So that's another little tip. So then I couldn't quite get this sides smooth. Let's see. And I started putting fiberglass. I guess it's made for cement. It's like little fiberglass fibers. I put a bag. I think it was $30. It'll last me, I don't know, 100 pots. And what it'll do is it'll actually, if a pot cracks, it'll prevent the crack from just like cracking down. It kind of stops the crack from getting too big, is really what it is. Over there. Oh, nice. These kind of lips, and the feet turned out pretty well. Yeah, so I'm really actually quite happy with that one. I'll show you one of the. This is a round one. And it's just, I found the edging much easier to get right. You can kind of see that. So yeah, I haven't totally decided like how to do the feet entirely. There's a lip here, and an edge and an edge. But yeah, these round ones are turning out really nice. I'm really liking these. Yeah, that's just a little update on the container making.